Welcome to CRUK Radio. We are back from a long break due to unforeseen circumstances. We've got some great videos that we've uploaded to the site from BBAD, from Glory MMA and Fury MMA. So don't forget, go to cageamateursuk.com and check the videos out. This show's been sponsored by Love to Fight magazine, one of the best MMA online free downloadable magazines on the web. It's been a busy time in MMA, and our great friend George McCann's on the show now to give us an update on what's been going on. How you doing, George?
Right, thanks, mate.
George, what's been going on recently? The weekend you've just been to UCMMA. Was it a good show?
Yeah, I was at MMA and fight scene Saturday and Sunday. UCMA was great as usual. All pro fight scene. There was some quite late pull-out together. He got 7 pretty well-matched fights. Montagnard is the main event for the welterweight title. So yeah, it was a good weekend.
Alex, he was fighting at Fury as well. Is that right? Was it the week before? 2 weeks before that?
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks before. Alex fought on Fury for another welterweight title. He picked actually saying that. I don't think it was for the welterweight title fight scene, but it was a welterweight fight though.
What else you been up to? Obviously Fury. John was at Fury. See you there. He said there was some really good fights at Fury MMA.
Yeah, there were some good ones. Dean Simmons from BK on a good show. Cameron Else as well. Killer Cam. There were some good fights at Fury.
The Love to Fights. You've just another magazine, George. Tell us about that.
It's been a long time coming. The computer that Sam used to use broke somehow. I don't know what happened, but we had that was a bit done a long time ago, and then it broke and we lost. It wasn't backed up. Managed to get the criteria that we had in place. You know, it's overdue. There's lots of, Eddie Cohn, Technique of the Month as usual. Massive Luke Barnett interview. That's proper good. Like 5 pages, proper in depth with him. It's really good.
He's obviously another fighter that's quickly making a name for himself. Luke Barnett.
5-0 now. Was supposed to fight on Bama against Matt Ewan, but got injured. Bama 10. Bama 10 he was supposed to be on, I think.
What else are you up to on the magazine, George? Anything else? When's the next one due as well? Are you now sorted? Are they going to be regular?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't reckon they'll be as regular as we'd like. Just because it's not our life, you know. I wish it was my life. I wish I could just do it willy-nilly, put all my time into it. But, you know, we've got other things on our plate. It's not just Sam's at uni, I'm at college. We've got gags out of the way. We've got to have a life. We can't just do it just them, you know.
No. I mean, the work rate. I mean, some of the stuff that I've been seeing, you put a lot of stuff out lately, a lot of interviews. So you've obviously both been working really hard to get the magazine back up and running.
The thing was, because Sam does all the designing, I do most of the stuff in regards to writing and getting stuff on the website. I think what done us really good was the fact that I was keeping the website up and running.
Yeah.
Because it could have been that I just sat back and thought, you know, we've got to get this magazine out. We've got to keep getting stuff on the website, quite a bit of stuff, and that's what kept the brand really going, to be honest.
How do you and Sam, how do you keep going? Because obviously there's a lot of other websites. I mean, you've got Addicted MMA, MMA Source. There's a lot of other sort of things. Do you and Sam look at people and say that's where we want to be, or are you just getting on with your own thing and doing what you two want to do?
Yeah, there's a lot of sites that do the same, like, you know, they do stuff on MMA, but I think what keeps us going is that we are really passionate, of course, as anyone is definitely going to be if they're going to put their time into having a website. But I think we do things like we don't care whether someone's well known. We don't care whether they're winning or losing. We will give our time to anyone. That's what we come in to do. We come in to help people make a name for themselves, you know, because the fight they don't get enough. They don't get enough exposure for the time they put into their job, you know.
No, I mean, when you consider the amount of hours fighters spend training, running, and everything else they do around it, it's not a lot of money at all, is it, really?
And then to get paid hundreds.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah, in terms of looking up websites, definitely, you know, you've got to be realistic. I'm happy with what we're doing, and I'm happy in the direction that we're going. We're getting there, you know. Every month it's improving. Like, literally, we do look up to the big websites, but as long as we're keeping to our foundation of what we believe in and not moving off and diverting just for views. That's not what we believe in. We're going to keep our way. We're going to stick at what we're doing. If it brings views, then great. If it doesn't, then at least we've kept our morals.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you there, because we kind of drifted off things with doing video and all sort of stuff like that. And I think realistically, the best plan is the first plan you had, and stick to it, innit?
Maybe I wouldn't agree with that, but yeah, in a way, yeah. But if I'd have done that, then Sam wouldn't be here and we wouldn't have a magazine, you know.
No, no.
I was a bit pushed if there's only a couple of you though, in it, George. If there's just two of you, you really are quite stretched.
Oh, definitely. There's not two of us. There's two main people in it. We do have some other people. They help out. Like Carl Bullen, he covers some shows like UCF, ECFF. He was at Fury as well. Susie Affy, she does some stuff for our photographers. Helen as well. All the photographers that let us use our pictures. Mark, Charlie as well. Without them, we can't do our job, because a magazine is nothing without pictures.
No, definitely. Who's your favourite fighter, George, at the moment?
In the UK?
In the UK, yeah.
That's a bit odd, especially with my job. In the world, I like John Jones. How about that one?
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Good answer. Do you think that eventually there could be a super fight between Jones and Silva? Because I don't think that. I think it should be Silva, Anderson Silva and George St Pierre, because I don't think John Jones has been around long enough yet to stand the test of time, although he is one of the best fighters in the world.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because GSP and Silva's been around, it seems like, years. But in my head, I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see one person come out of their weight class and then possibly lose. Of course, I want to see a super fight, but in my head, I think, is it worth it? Someone losing everything, even out of their class. GSP could move up to middleweight, but then he might, lose against Silva, and then will it be worth it? Anderson Silva could move up and fight in what isn't his real natural weight class, even though he can beat some of the best at light heavyweight.
Yeah, he's proved that.
John Jones ain't no Stephan Bonner, put it like that.
No, definitely not. What's happening? Have you got any more shows before Christmas, George? Or you or Sam got any more shows?
I've got one more. MMC Fight Club, December 16th, a Sunday show at the Indigo 2. It's a new show. It's their first show. It'll be
Is that where Ollie Thompson's fighting?
Yeah, against Damian Grabowski. Matchmakers Eddie Cohn. There's some good fights. Mariusz Pudzianowski's fighting Tiberius. You know the world's strongest man, Mariusz Pudzianowski. So that'll be good. It's got its Polish roots, I believe, but it looks to be doing good things. I went to the press conference. You can find a video on YouTube of that, and it looked legit. Everything was set out nice. They're not messing about.
And what about Sam? Sam got anywhere else to go before?
Don't believe so. I don't believe so. He was just at Bama and UCC on the weekend. We both had a long weekend, Saturday and Sunday shows.
Okay, just tonight, George, are you a boxing fan, George? Do you like boxing?
I'll watch a bit of boxing, yeah.
Did you see young Chris Eubank Jr.?
No, I didn't. I only watched the Flintoff fight, actually.
Oh, the real boxing fight.
Only have the good stuff on.
Thanks for coming on the show, George. Please welcome our very special guest, female wrestler, Amazon.
How you doing?
Okay, how are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
Really good, thanks. It's a pleasure to speak to you again. We first met at the TNA party back in, when was that, August? What have you been up to since then?
Since then, Australia, I did a tour in Australia for PWA. I've done the Pro Wrestling Eve pay-per-view. I've also, first of two women to ever wrestle on IPW, which was last week. So, yeah.
International Professional Wrestling, yeah? That's UK, isn't it?
Yeah. They've never had women's matches before, and our match was the first match on a main show.
Brilliant. Is that because they do their videos as a download? So you'll be on their site for download, is that?
I'm hoping so, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, the first thing I was going to say to you is probably people may have seen you probably more on the Knight Family documentary that was on a little while ago. Another person that you obviously know really well I've heard a lot of bad stuff said about this fellow over the years, and I've heard some good stuff, but it's Alex Shane. How important do you think he is to British wrestling?
Alex has a lot of ideas. He's a very creative person, and I mean everyone's heard a lot of bad stuff about him, but I can honestly say that he's never done anything to me. So he's always tried to help me in any way that he can. To be honest, with his ideas in British wrestling, he has a lot of good ideas so far. I mean, you've got the British Boot Camp coming up with Blossom Twins and Mighty Scroll as well, and his link with TNA. I mean, he does have a lot of good ideas, and he is a very influential person, and he's never been shone in a bad light, in my opinion, to me. That I don't know what he's done to everybody else, so I can't comment.
No, I met him at the TNA party. He seemed like a really nice fella to me.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
How hard is it for women in this country to become well known in wrestling? Has it been hard for you? Has it taken a long time to get where you are now?
4 years of broken bones, blood, sweat, and actual tears. But it's been a really rough road. But I can honestly say I wouldn't change any of it for the world. I mean, I've been through a lot. Started training in London for LDN and then I moved on to Norwich, and then now I'm back in London again. But literally that road has been full of happy and sad, and sometimes I want to rip my hair out. But it is harder for women because I have to prove that you are competent enough to be technical in the ring as well as entertaining, and that you're not a rat. So you have to prove all those things all at once, set in the time space of probably like 15 minutes or 8 minutes or whatever, especially the way you carry yourself as well. I mean, I know that there are a lot of opinions of women wrestlers and women wrestling. I mean, most people think of it as a pee break or a coffee break, or that's the time when you're going to go to buy a hot dog or something. But to be honest, time when you should be paying attention, because a lot of people forget that women, giants, and, you know, people of color sometimes were special attractions when it came to wrestling. So that's part that you should be actually paying attention to, because that's really what you're paying for.
Yeah, definitely. So where are you training? You're based in London, so where do you train? Do you train all over at the moment, or?
I train in Leicester now.
Leicester, so quite wide.
Long drive. I train in Leicester with Robbie Brookside now. So he's my new mentor and my new teacher, and is an amazing person. I mean, out of all of the British legends that I've met, he was the last person that I met, and he's just weird. He's just like a little brother. Well, he's big brother to me. He's just like a really big brother. It's really funny.
Obviously, he's probably one of the most well-known British wrestlers, you know, for many years. I mean, definitely to stay on the British circuit as well.
Yeah, it's amazing on the British circuit, an amazing wrestler. I mean, I only just recently rewatched, I taped it ages ago, his WE when he was on TV. That's the same Robbie that I know now. Back then I used to watch him on TV. Now I steal his coffee and poke him when I need to. But yeah, it's kind of cool.
So how often do you have to go up to Leicester then? Obviously, as much as you can, I suppose.
As much as I can, and mostly every fortnight. I tried to make it every week, but it is really pricey. I mean, with petrol and train tickets and just the cost of everything. But he's so understanding that he said to me he understands I don't live in Leicester. Yeah. And it's 196 miles. It's not around the corner. It's nice to kind of have that person who doesn't. They know that you want to try your best and try and make it in this business, but they don't expect you to be there all the time, even though I wish I could be in Leicester all the time, but he understands that I can't, which I haven't really got from my wrestling career. There's a lot of places that I've had to train at that's been miles away, and I've always got a bollocking when I didn't turn up. And it's not that I didn't turn up because I didn't want to, it's because I just physically couldn't get there. It wasn't money, it was money related. So it's just finally nice to have someone who understands that.
So are you in the gym? Do you have to go to the gym a lot? Obviously, do you work on cardio and stuff like that for yourself for wrestling? I mean, is cardio a strong asset in wrestling?
Cardio for wrestle work on that. I mean, I started my wrestling career doing rounds match, 20 minutes or 25 minutes, and my longest match has been 35 minutes. So yeah, my cardio has gone up over the years, and it's gone down and up, but cardio is what I'm working on, muscle tone as well. My tag partner Rhea O'Reilly is a personal trainer as well, so she's really sculpted my body from what it was to what it is now. I have changed a lot. A lot.
So what, have you got any more shows coming up this year?
This year I've got, my last show is the Ebonics 5, I think it is. It's in South Shields, and it's for Rad Pro Wrestling, and it's on Saturday, which is the 8th of December.
Obviously you have to get up to South Shields. It's quite a drive. So I mean, the money in MMA, which we do a lot of, the money's not good. I'm taking it for wrestling, it's probably not as good. You probably don't make a lot of money for these long trips.
You make it all out in the long run, because what everyone has to remember is that most of the independent circuit is to get to one big goal. So all the work that I'm doing now will pay off sooner or later. So it will work.
Okay, and another one, obviously we've just spoke earlier about the Blossom Twins, Spud and Marty Scurll. Obviously they're all going to TNA boot camp. Where do you see yourself eventually getting to America?
Yes, that's where I want to be. As I've said in loads of different interviews, that is my ending goal. I mean, I haven't put my body through hell here to just stay here. It's no offense to people who would like to stay on the indies, but that is not my dream.
And I see Alpha Female, she's off to Dubai. Have you got any trips abroad coming up? You said you just come back from Australia.
Yeah, I've got some lined up for 2013, but I can't tell you until 2013.
No problem. We'll keep an eye on your Facebook page anyway.
Good, good.
And obviously, the two big companies, it used to be WWE. Obviously, TNA's a fast-growing company now. They've took the Blossoms. Mysterious Paige, is it now? Brittany Knight, she's obviously gone to WWE. Obviously, you told me earlier on you're a WWE fan, but if TNA made you an offer, would you consider it? WWE for you or none?
WWE for me or none. Right now, anyway. But you know, people grow up and people change their minds. I watched it when it was WF, so yeah, I'm up for anything.
You're quite well known, especially in this country now. Obviously, you've been to Australia and stuff. I mean, what does it take for you? How do you get to the WWE? Do you have to wait like the Knights did for them to come over here and go and train in front of them and stuff like that? Is that the case, or do they spot you now?
WE is WE. I mean, they're the biggest company in the world. You know, if they want you, they'll call you. So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
So hopefully you might get that call one day. Any of you ever enjoy training with or wrestling with? Have you got any particular ladies that you enjoy more? Because obviously different styles sometimes don't mix together.
Yeah, I mean, I love training with Paige when she was here. I trained with, but that was how I got the whole big person, small person kind of thing together and my mindset into that. But Rhea O'Reilly, obviously, we used to feud a lot before we started tagging together. My favorite opponent by far has been Erin Angel, because even though she is, you know, she's a little spitfire, but she's so technically soundedly just literally amazing. Even though most of the time I want to smash her face in, but as you do, but Erin Angel literally can blow your mind with the things. If she's ever allowed to do whatever she wants, she's just literally amazing. She's my favorite opponent, most battling opponent, and my favorite opponent so far.
Brilliant. Before we go quickly, just go back to the Knight documentary. Obviously, Brittany Knight, she's a really good wrestler. She's quite technical.
No, she will. Brittany, Paige, whichever one you want to call her, when she was here, you know, she was the cornerstone. She was the one that people measured up to being. And you know what? She ain't here anymore. There's
a few women, obviously, now. Alpha Female, another one, obviously. There's quite a few ladies now that obviously that could potentially go from this country to the big shows.
I have to all get in line because I'm going to...
How did the documentary go? Because, I mean, do you think it was good for British wrestling?
It showed a side to British wrestling that a lot of people haven't seen in a while. The fact that unless you have the entertainment factor as well as the technical factor, people really aren't going to come out and see all the shows. I think it went quite well. I mean, it went from being a documentary of British wrestling to being a documentary filming somebody basically making their dream. So it depends really on what question you want to ask about a documentary, dressing, or if it was good, showing how you can go from a little indie wrestler to working for the biggest company in the world. So yeah.
Did you get a lot of Facebook friend requests after the show?
Yes, my followers went up by 100. It was so funny. I was actually watching it go up. I was like, oh, I don't know you, but hi. But Facebook friend requests, a lot more people liked my page. It was kind of cool. I mean, as they said, watch this space. I am dubbed the next big thing.
And we 100% believe you.
Good.
It's going to be good to see.
Good.
Well, Amazon, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
It's been great speaking to you. Enjoy your next show before Christmas. And hopefully we'll get to catch up with you in the new year sometime and see what you've been up to.
Oh, no, it's cool. Just give me a call.
Will do. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.